Well, welcome back to the channel. You join me in Patterdale in the Lake District, and this is the first of I think I'll do it in two parts. I'm going to spend the day riding all the Lakeland passes. Now there are, I think, about 12 or 13 Lakeland passes in total. Only 6 of those are on the public road, so I'm not doing any off-roading today. I'm just doing the 6 main Lakeland passes that you could just jump in the car or jump on the bike and come and do in a day. So I don't think I could have picked a better day for this. It's gorgeous today up in the Lake District. Look at this, what a fantastic spring day. So a bit of a confession for you, I did try this ride on Christmas Eve and I got as far as Hardknott Pass and failed because there was sheet ice across the road and I just couldn't carry on. So in this first video I'm going to take you over Kirkstone Pass, Wrynose Pass and then Hardknott. And if you look off to the left over there, that's where we're heading. That's where Kirkstone Pass takes us up through the valley there. Now I've picked a bit of a circular route to do these passes today. You can do them in any order you like, but for me it seemed to make sense to go up to Penrith, drop down to Ullswater, so I've ridden down past Ullswater, that was very nice, and then over Kirkstone down to Windermere, and then from Windermere I'm going to make my way over to Ambleside, and then over Wrynose and Hardknott Passes in that order. Might stop a couple of times, get a bit of drone footage, show you what these roads are like. As you've probably guessed already, these roads are not flyers. Kirkstone is probably one of the easiest ones to start off with, just ease yourself into it. And just a little update on the bike, those the keen-eyed amongst you will notice that down here, yeah, the engine light's on again. Well, two and a half weeks ago this bike was back in at Bowker's in Preston because the engine light had come on and it was the notorious exhaust flap issue. So they freed it off, reset the fault, and of course on the way up here this morning it's gone off again. It's nothing that's going to stop me riding the bike, nothing that's going to cause any issues, but I'm not happy. 2.5 weeks since it's been in for a fix and it's gone again, so we're going back again. Anyway, it's not going to stop us enjoying ourselves today. Now it's still, you know, it's April now, but it's still a bit cold overnight, so any of these areas here where it's still in shade, we need to be careful. There's a bit of water by the side of the road. Looking down at the temperature gauge, 7 degrees outside. Unlikely that it's still frozen, but you never know in the shade, there might just still be a little bit of frost in this water. So always watch for the areas where the sun doesn't touch. So I'm not out to break any records today. I'm going to enjoy this ride, it's going to be lovely. But where we can do, we'll move the bike along. So here we are, now you can see the start of the Kirkstone Pass. If you look carefully you can see the road rising up at the top of the hill there. Sheep, I'll encounter a few of those today as well. Little tip with sheep, if their heads are down, well, they'll probably stay where they are because they're just concentrating on eating. If their heads are up they could do anything. I'm a bit wary of a sheep with its head up. Come on, if you're driving an MX-5 over this road you shouldn't be having a big line of traffic behind you like that. Or sheep. Quite a bit of wet on these little shaded areas. 6 degrees. The higher you get up here, the colder it gets, and temperature does drop quite quickly as you climb. And a bit more risk that there might be a bit of ice. Coming here in summer when everything's opened up a bit, there is a pub at the top. Don't think it's open yet here. There's going to be quite a bit of frost damage on this road as well, I would expect. Bit of a harsh winter up here. So here we are approaching the summit now of Kirkstone Pass. What I'm going to do is, rather than drop down the other side of the pass, I'm going to take this route to Ambleside over the struggle. How can you resist a road called the Struggle? You can hear the exhaust popping and banging. I haven't got it in Dynamic Pro at the moment, I've just got it in road, but that's the fault that you can hear. It keeps the exhaust flap open, pops and bangs on the overrun. Doesn't bother me too much really, but I understand the fix is to fit a whole new exhaust or exhaust header from the 2021 bike on it. So I think I'll be insisting that that's what they do to it when I take it back in. Single track roads like this, just keep your pace down a little bit. Every single corner that you go into, just imagine there's something coming the other way. Now double your stopping distance. You've got to take into account the stopping distance of something coming towards you as well. Too bad on a bike. We could probably squeeze through here, but you know, a lot of people up here come up for the day out, they're not that familiar with driving on these roads, so they tend to drive a little bit wide. So you know, we take it for granted, don't we, that we live in a country like this. Look at that view now over Lake Windermere. %. What's that, 1 in 6, 1 in 5, something like that. Some larger vehicles down here, but I think they're parked up. There are passing places on this road, but it's okay with a bike. I'll give credit to the cyclist taking that run on. So the other problem I had on Christmas Eve, it was very cold. This backpack mounted camera, the battery was only lasting 10 or 15 minutes, it was so cold. Hopefully I can keep it running today over the first 3 passes. So that's the Kirkstone Pass, heading south from Patterdale and then coming over the struggle down into Ambleside. So you'll pick me up again just as we get onto the Wrynose Pass, and Wrynose will lead us directly onto Hardknott. So we'll see you when we get there. So here we are, heading up towards Wrynose Pass now. As you can see, does get a bit tight, does get a bit single tracky. For me, Wrynose proper starts just after this little village. We start climbing up towards the hills up there. Here we go, is the warning sign for Wrynose. Extreme caution. It's fair enough, it is a pretty steep little road and it leads directly onto Hardknott as well, so if you're doing one you pretty much have to do the other unless you're turning around coming back. So yeah, from this farm now the pass itself starts climbing right up. It's not in the best condition, this road either, but it's certainly a lot better than it was when I came up here on Christmas Eve. A lot of standing water here that had frozen. It was getting proper icy. So if you look carefully in front you'll just get little glimpses. You can just see the corner of a triangle warning sign up there up ahead, just peeping at you. Yeah, little clues where the road's going. Gravelly in the middle there as well, trying to stay off that if I can do. Bit of a drop down there. And you've got a view all the way up to that little silver car ahead of us. So I haven't seen any other cars coming towards us or any other vehicles coming towards us at the moment. Just using the torque of this boxer engine to get us up here in low gear. We're getting up to the steeper part of Wrynose Pass here. But what a glorious day to do this. Oh, that was a nice little flight near the top of Wrynose. So hopefully now you get an idea of what these two Lakeland passes are like. Pretty twisty, very steep in places. Now from the top up here, we now drop down, and this is the sort of valley in between Hardknott and Wrynose Pass. This first part of the pass takes us over this this narrow gap in between the hills, and as you come around here you get the first view of that road into the distance. On these steep descents, just remember, you don't just need to use your back brake. A lot of people just rely on the back brake on these descents. They're terrified of locking up the front. But remember, your front brakes are much more effective than your rear brakes. So use your front brakes, but use them more on the straights and less on the corners. If you're in a low gear, you've got that assistance as well, holding you on the rear wheel. But you do need to balance it out with a little bit of front brake. But again, beware of these gravelly bits and the wet bits when you've got that front brake on. So now we're down in this valley now, in between the two passes. I can just roll along at a slightly quicker pace. I've got up to third gear now. Then we'll find somewhere a bit further along here before we start climbing again. Just fly the drone. I'll show you this side of Hardknott Pass from the air at least. So if you look carefully in the distance, you'll see Hardknott Pass itself winding up just the side of that little creek, that little stream that's running down the hill immediately in front of us. And if you're driving it or riding it from this direction, you do get a good view up, see if there's any traffic coming, anything coming towards you that you need to plan for. Because ideally you don't really want to meet anybody on that really steep part there. There you go, Hardknott Pass. Something coming towards us here, let's see how we get on. Let's find a little spot where we can stick the drone up now, give you a little bit of a view of the road from the air. Alright, well let's go and tackle it then. For this first steep part, there is an old Roman fort at the top of Hardknott Pass. I think I've just got enough drone battery left to give you a quick aerial view of that as well. But let's get up this bit first. Keep my visor open, I think. A good look to the top, couldn't see anything coming. That was as far as I got last time, where the ice was. It's actually pretty warm today, this is really nice. I picked a better day for this. Yeah, cracking. It easily gets complacent now on these type of roads. I haven't seen anything coming the other way for ages. But it's always a possibility around these blind bends. On this crest here as well, this could hide all sorts. Let's take our time. And there we are, right at the top, and this is where it starts dropping down again now. Get a view of the fort in a bit as you get further down the other side. Imagine being a Roman soldier brought up somewhere warm in the Roman Empire and getting posted to Hardknott Fort in Cumbria, or Northumbria as it was, whatever it was in Roman times. How much trouble must you have to have been to get posted up here? Must have felt like it landed on another planet. Like being posted with the Black Watch in Game of Thrones. Now it gets really tricky on the descent here. There's the fort down at the bottom of the hill, and I will park up and just put the drone up there and give you a view of it from the air, but we've got a pretty good aerial view now. So I am keeping first gear and covering both brakes, doing most of the braking on the straight, and looking down there, see if there's any coming towards us. There isn't, so good thing about that is we can use the full width of the road where we need to, and there's one really steep sharp left-hander coming up in a minute. So looking down there, nothing coming. Go right out to the right hand side here. Keep it in first, roll it round, back brake on, just the back brake now. There we go. Just trundling at tick over speed really. Anything less and I need to just dip the clutch a little bit to prevent it stalling, but rolling it round just on the back brake on these really steep ones, nice and steady. Again, I might just dip the clutch here a little bit just to prevent the engine from juddering. Second gear, wow. So there you go, that is Kirkstone Pass, Wrynose Pass, followed by Hardknott. Well, okay, the drone didn't want to fly, unfortunately. And I forgot there was this little steep bit down at the bottom of Hardknott Pass, so let's close the video off again. So again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.